I know I look like a mess. You don't have to tell me twice, believe me. I know I do. I look scruffy. I look tired. I look like I'm losing my mind, and you wouldn't be wrong in assuming so. Can you blame me? My club had the lowest ever Premier League finish it's ever had in its history of being in the Premier League. This is the worst Manchester United team I've ever seen. And everyone's going about their business. Everyone's taking life seriously. Everyone is moving like an actual football club whilst we sit down and wonder and ponder and think and plan and shuffle and reshuffle and do nothing at all. We are an embarrassment of a club. Our owners are genuinely an embarrassment to this establishment, to the Manchester United name. Embarrassment. They've promised us the world. In 5 years' time, we're meant to compete again. We're meant to win the league again. Where? When they first came into the club, they said, 3 or 4 transfer windows is realistically what it needs to rechange and revamp the squad. Where? Everyone is eating and we're starving. Everyone is getting a dance and we're in the corner. We pulled up to the rave and we've been talking the most. We need this more than anyone. Everyone else is taken. No one else has been talking that they're going to do this and they're going to do that. We're the ones who said, boys, I ain't mashed in years. This is the worst it's ever been. But trust me, when I pull up, it's long. That's what we're talking like. Then we've gone into the rave and everyone's mashing. The married guy, the taken guy, the guy that's in a situationship. And we're just chilling in the corner. Sipping. Water. It's not a serious club. It's not a serious establishment. Genuinely. I'm almost like having to make light of the situation to keep my sanity. Because when you really sit down and deep, that for the past 10 years we've been a laughing stock. We've been a joke. Only to have a glimmer of hope. And finally what we thought was the unthinkable. Finally, new investment, new ownership, a change in structure. Oh my God, this is exactly what we needed. Only for it to be worse than the Glazers. Only for it to be worse than Ed Woodward. John Murtaugh. Worse. You're talking about a club that was taken over by Ineos. They'd done a strategic review, internal strategic review, kept the manager, sacked the manager, hired a new manager that plays a completely different system and style to the previous manager and who needs time to rebuild. Gave him a January transfer window where we got worse. We got rid of Rashford, Anthony. We got worse and just signed Dorgu. And now we've gone into a transfer window having finished the worst we've ever finished in the Premier League. The worst. 15th. We've gone into the transfer window and all the talk has been we want to act quickly, we want to be decisive, we want to be effective, we want to be quick, we want to be, we're not going to get taken for idiots. Brother, you're already a dickhead. What do you mean you don't want to get taken for an idiot? You're a mug. Let's just go through the top 4 teams in the Premier League. The teams that had good seasons last season. You would have thought, surely you've had a good season. You finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd or 4th. Plus we're going to throw in Spurs in there as well because they beat us in the Europa League final. They had a worse season in the Premier League, but they beat us in the Europa League final. So let's see these guys who tasted success somewhat last season. Let's see what they're doing. Because surely, from the outside looking in, the team that was in the most dire situation, the dire position, the most embarrassing situation, surely they're going above and beyond, surely, right? They must do. Let's have a look at the team that finished 1st in the Premier League, winning their 2nd ever Premier League title, Liverpool. Let's see what they did. So far, they've broken the Premier League transfer record coming in. They've signed Florian Wirtz. Huge statement signing. One of the biggest signings in Premier League history, especially for Liverpool. Huge. Where it looked like he was destined for Bayern. No, I only want to go and join Liverpool. So he said that he wants to join Liverpool and Liverpool got it wrapped up quickly. That's interesting because I feel like we've had a player who said he wants to join us and it's taken us over a month to even agree a fee, which we haven't. At the time of this video, we still haven't agreed a fee. So Florian Wirtz, cool. Who else have they signed? They've revamped their whole flipping squad. Our title-winning squad that had Trent at right back and Andrew Robertson at left back, they've gotten rid of both and brought in Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez. Decisive, quick, efficient. That's a proper ownership. That's a proper football club. Not this joke we've been promised. These guys who do interviews. These guys who just bring out statements. Then they've signed another keeper or whatever. They've got Mamadashvili coming in, because they loaned him out, coming in to replace the best goalkeeper in the world already. So they're thinking ahead. There's a strategy here. It's almost as if, winning the league wasn't a fluke. There was a strategy. And by the way, let's not compare their squad to ours. Their midfield is a joke. Their attack is a joke. Their defense is already a joke. Let's have a look if they've done anything outgoing. Because obviously it's not just incomings when you do a transfer window. Oh, what's that? So they've sold a centre-back for 35 million. They've sold their backup goalkeeper. Obviously they got rid of Trent, who joined. And even that in itself could have gone for free. No, let's get 10 million out of him. Why not? This is a proper football club. They can work simultaneously on outgoings and incomings. Simultaneously. Something that we haven't been able to do for over 15 years for some reason. I don't know why. What's wrong with us? We can't do it. So that's the team that finished first in the Premier League. They've gotten much stronger. Much stronger. And they're probably not done yet. Then you have a look at Arsenal. A team that finished second. A team that has a lot of pressure from the fans. That this window, they have to be decisive. They have to be quick. They have to be ruthless. This is the war chest that we've been promised, apparently, from Arsenal Football Club. So far, Zubimendi, who they got wrapped up in January, coming in. Brilliant signing. Norgard, got rid of number 5. They brought in Norgard. Makes sense. Aritza Balaga, backup keeper. Neither here or there. But what are they working on at the moment? Madueke is a here we go. So he's gonna join. And you got Gyökeres in the background. If it's not Gyökeres, for whatever reason, then it's probably Sesko. If it's not Sesko, they've got another backup. Intent. But not only that, Eze. But not only that, maybe Rodrigo. A team that finished second. Let's have a look if they're doing anything on the outgoings. Tavares has left, Marquinhos has left, Tierney's left, Jorginho's left, Tomiyasu, who's just taken up space. They said, you know what, unfortunately, you're not the guy. They worked out a mutual agreement to terminate his contract. Cool. Number 5 was obviously gone. But not only that, they're going to get rid of Trossard, is what we're hearing. They're looking at other options potentially to get rid of players. But they're in a good place. They've got a good squad. They don't have a lot of players that they need to really get rid of. But there are a few players, and they're working on it. And they're doing it slowly, which you can see. But them incomings, they're going to sign about 5 or 6 players this summer for a team that finished second. Let's look at Man City. A team that had a horrible season in their standards last season, finishing third. Guys, I hate to see this day. Man City and Man United, we cannot compare. We cannot talk about. We can't. It hurts to see how close they are to us in terms of location, but how far we are when it comes to squad, when it comes to management, when it comes to ownership. We are worlds apart. If that was weighed in terms of leagues, they would be in the Champions League. We'd be in the National League. Genuinely, I'm not even joking. Genuinely, I'm not even flipping joking. I wish I was. Their ownership is superb. The management, the internal management is unbelievable. They are so well run. Them and Liverpool, the best run clubs in the league by far. And I think City are the best run team in the league. Easily. So much ambition, so much strategy, so clear, so precise. They finished third. Very quickly, we're hearing rumours about Wirtz. Okay, off the table, he wants to go Liverpool. Let's move on to Johnny Reinders. Reinders, however you flipping say his name. What a signing. And for 55 million euros, I don't know why we went all over that. Not that he would have joined, by the way, but I don't know why we didn't even inquire. He's an unbelievable player. So you brought him in. Ait Nouri. Wow. What a player. What a price. One of the best left backs in the league for that price. Turkey. I don't need to say too much. This could be potentially one of the signings of the summer. A player we should really be all over, if we're being honest. If that right 10 position was available, which it is obviously, we're looking for depth in it, why are we not all over it? I know we've got another target, but why did we not even inquire? But regardless, he's gone to City. That's 3 excellent signings, and they're not done yet. But that's 3 top signings. And they got them done quick. Quick. They haven't signed someone in a few weeks now because of how quickly they signed these guys. It was just news after news after news. They went mad. Outgoings. De Bruyne's gone. Kyle Walker's gone. Jan Couto's gone. Let's see. They might do other stuff. But again, it's a good team. It's a young team. They got depth. They got experience. They got quality. Do you really need to change much? But they're adding starters to it. Reinders goes in and starts. Ait Nouri goes in and starts. Cherki probably goes in and starts. Now let's look at Chelsea. The only team that I've mentioned so far that's in the Club World Cup. So they've got something happening right now. That's big. The Club World Cup is huge for them. I think so far they've already raised over £80 million just being in the Club World Cup because they've done so well, and obviously they're in the final. So they're doing something. They've got something. So I would excuse Chelsea, and I would almost say, like, if they didn't do any work, if they didn't do any transfer business, let them finish the Club World Cup and then let's see what they do. Jamie Gittins signed, holding up the shirt. João Pedro signed, holding up the shirt, scoring goals already in the Club World Cup, and pressing looks like an unbelievable signing. Liam Delap, the player that we wanted, first choice striker that we wanted, signed for them. Not even starting. Not even starting. Esteval obviously is going to come in soon. And you got a few other players, young players, whatever. Building for the future. Let's look at outgoings. Who's my man? Humphreys. 14 M's. Easy. Arrizabalaga. Get rid. Bettinelli. Get rid. But not only that, Madueke's going. They're able to negotiate a great fee for them. I don't think it's a good fee for Arsenal. I think it's a great fee for Chelsea though. A great fee. This is what a well-run club looks like, guys. This is what a well-run ownership looks like. I know we laugh at the Chelsea ownership, the Chelsea model is flipping working. They're in the Club World Cup final. They won a trophy last season. They finished 4th. It's working. It was a laughing stock for a year. It's working now. And it's quite scary because all these wonder kids they're signing, I dare them to develop the way we expect them to develop. I dare them. Any other players coming in? End of loans? Probably not. So yeah, that's Chelsea. Moving like a serious club. Okay, what about a club that finished 17th? So again, probably their worst ever Premier League season. They finished 17th, but they won a trophy. Their first trophy in yoinks. They've had a horrible season. Horrible season. But they won a trophy. Cool, it makes up for it a little bit. But surely they're not moving like crazy, like way better than Man United. Surely not. The team that beat us in the Europa League final. Mohamed Kudus, signed, sealed, delivered. Tell, signed, sealed, delivered. Obviously, he was on loan anyways. They've just signed Morgan Gibbs-White as well. It's not on here. But they've just signed Morgan Gibbs-White. What a signing. A player that City were looking at early in the transfer window. The news came out for Morgan Gibbs-White in the morning. They got a here we go at night. No one knew about it. That's what you call decisive. That's what you call ambitious. That's what you call moving like a flipping serious club. You pick up the phone. What? He's got a release clause. We're paying that. See you tonight. Boom. Done. Why am I waiting over a month for you to agree a fee? Why? Okay, cool. 2 signings. It might not seem crazy. 2 signings, they're linked with a lot more. But they flipping sacked a manager and signed a new manager. They've gotten rid of a manager, got a new manager in. No, wait. got rid of a manager, found a new manager, approached a new manager, signed a new manager. Thought of a strategy for the new manager, understood what he wants. Went out and found players, signed 2. Looking at more. And we've done nothing. We've had a manager in since flipping December. We told him to be patient. In January, where he only signed Dorgu and we lost 2 attackers, we told him to be flipping patient. That's the summer's when you're going to get your players. We developed a whole list, backups, third options, fourth choices, all that bullshit. And we've signed 1 player. Who the fuck are we fooling, bro? 1 player who had a release clause. No one else was interested in. No one else wanted him. And now we're interested in another player. For over a month, he's told us that he only wants us. If Newcastle were in for him, if Tottenham were properly in for him, if Arsenal were properly in for him, if he was open, we would be fucked. We would. Why would you want to come to us when we're taking our sweet time? A team that finished 15th, that promised the manager the world, that told him, we promise, we understand what you do, we understand that you change squads, that you need to get 10 players out, 10 players in, we understand that, that's Ruben Amorim. And we need that. For Man United, we need that. We've got a lot of deadwood, we've got a lot of players that we don't need at this club. We back you, don't worry. We've got a strategic review, we've done a strategic review for over a year. And since you've come in, we've sat down, we've analysed who we need in each position, we've done data stuff, we've done all that bullshit. Trust us, we know what we're doing. It's July. Pre-season's about to start. Ruben Amorim wanted all his players in, before pre-season, and wanted all the players out before pre-season started. We've just allowed Rashford to train again. We've allowed Garnacho to train again. We're a joke. Cunha, we've signed. Good. Well done. Diego Leon, we signed ages ago. He's coming now. Treating him like a brand new signing. Allow it. This is fucking embarrassing. This is so damning. Garnacho on the list. Anthony on the list. Rashford on the list. Sancho on the list. You're telling me we can't sell 1. We can't sell 1. If any of those players played for Chelsea, Chelsea would get 50 to 60 million for each of them. We're not in the Club World Cup. We're not doing any business coming in. I would excuse it if we're doing business coming in. We're working on 1 deal at a time. 1 deal at a time. Incomings. And do you know what a club does? A club that's properly well run. They'll work on 2 incomings, 2 to 3 incomings at the same time, whilst also working on 2 to 3 outgoings at the same time. We can't do both. We can't do 1 outgoing and 1 incoming. We can't. We can't function. God forbid. We're overworked. We've made cuts. We're overworked. So we can't do 2 incomings simultaneously. We can only do 1 at a time. Cool. What about 1 incoming and 1 outgoing? No. We get overwhelmed. I knew this from the flipping beginning. I was worried. I said it. I don't care if the summer transfer window is a month and a half. I was worried. I said, there's so much to be done. I don't know if we're going to be able to get rid of all these players, but we need to. We put ourselves in this position. Sancho can't return to the club. Like, it's broken. Rashford, it's broken. Garnacho, it's broken. The only player you could probably potentially see, is Anthony come back. But why do we want that? We are not a big club anymore. I'm sorry, we're not. It's the truth. And the more time that goes on, I'll be honest with you, this Mbeumo deal, when I first heard that he was interested in only joining Manchester United, I was over the moon. I was so excited. I was buzzing. Now, I promise you, if he's holding up the shirt, I couldn't give a shit. And that's because of Man United. That's because of what you guys have done. That's because of this flipping ownership. Jim Ratcliffe, I swear to God, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Omar Barada, the most overrated CEO on the planet. The way I'm hearing this guy's praise Omar Barada. He's so smart. He's so good at what he does. Going back months, I'm hearing this. And I've always asked myself, what has he done? Genuinely, what has he done? Jason Wilcox, the guy who priority for him was Liam Delap. Priority. Couldn't even get that over the line. Worked with him at City. What are we doing here? This is the reason I will not turn on the manager. I don't care how bad it gets next season. I'm not turning on the manager because our ownership is fucking abysmal. Start to finish, it's abysmal. We've got Ineos backed by the Glazers. That's shit and shit. I don't even know which one's shitter. This club, man. This club. Genuinely, guys. We're not seeing success for a few years. Genuinely. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. We're not seeing success for a few years. Just prepare yourself. This ownership should be ashamed of itself. Both ownerships. The management should be ashamed. No clear strategy, no clear plan. We thought it was going to be different. It is different. I'll be real, it is different. It's worse. How about that? How can he be worse than Ed Woodward? How can he be worse than John Murtaugh? How? Guys who aren't even football guys. At least they would talk shit and back it up. At times it was a shambles, yes, but we're just getting shambles all the time. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm not excited for Mbeumo. I'm not excited for... and I feel so bad. Because these are players. These are actually good players. These are players we should be excited about. This is a season we should be looking forward to. They've ruined everything. They've sucked the energy, the life out of us as fans. I almost don't want to go into next season. I can't wait for next season to finish. How about that? Guys, let me know what you want me to speak about next. As you know, this is a Man United channel, but there isn't much happening. I wish I could bring you results. I wish I could bring you news. I wish I was breaking this, breaking that. Bruv, we're just breaking our flipping emotional system right now. That's the only thing breaking. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts. Let me know if I've missed out anything. I'll see you very, very soon, man.